So I've wanted to make this for a while because no one actually sets out on their diet looking to cheat on it or looking to go over their calories for the day, but it does end up happening. So to make this as easy as possible is the goal. Number one, low calorie, high volume food. So what I mean by that is when you really want a pizza or a slice of pizza or whatever, that would be 250 calories per slice, but it only takes up a small amount of your stomach. So once you've had it, you're not full, your stomach isn't full, and you still feel like having more. Whereas if you were to have a meal and then bulk it up with veg, so a load of broccoli, the volume of the food is really high for the amount of calories in it. So 50 calories of broccoli takes up a massive portion of your stomach as opposed to 50 calories of a burger. So it keeps you full for longer. It tells your brain that you're full, so you don't feel like snacking after it. You don't feel like eating more. So obviously, eat a balanced meal that you were going to anyway, but maybe swap out some of the carbohydrates for more veg, fruit, whatever, just to fill up your stomach and take up that space. I remember years ago, the stories are, so models used to eat toilet paper for the same reason. So there's absolutely no nutritional value in toilet paper. I'm not saying to eat that, but they would eat it, force it down, and then their stomachs would be full with something that's got little or no calories in it. So they don't actually feel like eating, and then they can walk around at size 2 and keep their job as models. Fuck that. Number 2, higher protein. So protein is the most important macronutrient when it comes to changing your body composition, so how you look, but that is another video. When we start with clients, we can either give them calories to work for and then try and hit the amount of protein I give them, or they can start tracking what they already eat and see where they're at and where they need to change. And the biggest shock to the system usually is the amount of protein they eat. So if you're me, for example, 200 pounds, a good rule of thumb is a gram of protein per pound of body weight. So I need to eat 200 grams a day. They'll track their food and they'll be eating like half of it. So that's a really good place to start. So not only does it help with recovery, with building muscle, but it keeps you satiated more than any other macronutrient. So what that means is if I'm hitting the right amount of protein and I'm getting enough, I'm feeling fuller for longer, and then I'm not wanting to eat a load of crap after it. A perfect example is if I have a bowl of cereal, I could eat 20 minutes after it. I could eat another bowl of cereal, and there's 1,400 calories there in 2 massive bowls of cereal. Whereas if I have a steak, 500 calories of steak, I don't want to eat anything else after it. I'm full. I feel full. Number 3, not eating when you're not hungry and not forcing it down. This is a little bit harder when you're in the end of a diet phase and you're really struggling and you are hungry all the time. But some mornings or some days you'll wake up and you feel like, I don't really want to eat breakfast, but you feel like you should because you need to get food in. So if I've got clients in the morning and I'm not really hungry at 5 a.m., I might take a shake with me and a banana, and then I'll have that, and that'll tide me over until later in the day when I'm actually hungry. So I don't want to eat all my calories in the morning by forcing it down when I don't really feel like it, or at lunchtime, whenever. And then I'll get to tea when I am actually hungry and I'll have none left. So I want to, when I don't feel like forcing food down or I have to eat, just leave it. That's okay. And then save all your calories for when you actually want to eat them in the evening. You want a bit of a balance. Like, you're going to be hungry, you're dieting, you are going to be hungry. But I don't want to be starving as much as I can, and I definitely don't want to be overly full, but I don't want to eat anymore. Number 4, higher fiber. So usually foods with higher fiber and are lower in calories anyway, like fruit. But fiber, when it is in your gut, attracts water to itself. So think about this as a sponge. The fiber attracts all the water, soaks it up, and then it tricks my body, or it fills my belly up and tricks my body into thinking that I'm more full. So it's a similar process to step 1, where we're filling our stomach up, not with toilet paper, and sending signals to our brain that we're full and we don't need any more food. Number 5, liquid calories. So liquid calories, I've never understood this. So if I'm trying to get someone to gain weight, or I'm trying to gain weight, and I physically cannot eat any more food for the reasons we said above, getting calories in through drinks is a really good way to go. So mass gainer shakes, just chug it down, 1,200 calories, easy. Or if you're eating your dinner and you have a glass of orange juice or something with it with a bit of substance in, it's an easy 200-300 calories in a glass alongside what you're already eating, and you don't feel any more full because of it. So when someone starts a diet and they are massively overweight, a good place to start is just reducing liquid calories. So if they say, right, I have 4 cans of full fat Coke a day, easy, just change it to Diet Coke, and then you've got 600 calories gone initially. While we're on the subject as well, meal replacement shakes are stupid. So why would I drink something that probably tastes like shit when I could just eat a meal for the same amount of calories and probably better nutritional value? Doesn't make sense. So number 6 is going to be eating with a meal or before a meal and eating slowly. So what we actually do when we're out. If you go out for food with friends, order a glass of water or a Diet Coke, drink that before your meal, fills your stomach up a little bit, lines your stomach. And then when your food comes out, have another glass of water. So eat slowly with it. It almost tricks your brain into thinking you are fuller than you are. It's the opposite to forcing a meal down and then realizing 20 minutes later you ate way too much in one go and then you're suffering because of it. So just take your time eating. Your brain will tell you that it's fuller quicker, and you're actually filling yourself up with the water as well. So we're not starving ourselves. We're still having food. We're just feeling fuller off the same amount, and the same amount that will help us lose weight, which is the goal. Caffeine, pretty straightforward with this one. So caffeine gives you more energy. You can do more in the gym. You can burn more calories. You're more likely to not sit down when you're around the house. You can get up and do things. Black coffee is really good for this. So 0 calories, or those no calorie like monsters. Helps curb cravings. You don't feel like eating as much when you've had a couple of cups of coffee. And then all the fat burners that used to be around, I'm not sure if they still are, they literally only work because of the caffeine in them. So you don't feel like eating as much and you've got more energy to do things. So you get more steps in throughout the day and you're just a bit of a busybody. Number 8, reducing junk food. Obviously, reduced junk food will help you lose weight. But with my clients, I'll try and aim for 80% real food. So when you walk into Asda, all the green shit, all the meat at the back, that's real food. Try and get 80% of your calories from that. And then just to stay on the path of losing weight and not feeling like you need a break from the diet, try and get 20% of your allotted calories from junk food. Now, this is a bit counterintuitive because cutting out junk food will help you lose weight, but it's a lot harder to stick to if you're not getting anything that you feel like you're craving and then you want to just fuck the diet off and just eat junk. But not having it around the house can be a massive help, because how many times have you not fancied a custard cream, opened the cupboard, seen a pack, and then just had 1, 2, 3, like they're designed like that. They are Moorish. They're highly, highly palatable. So the Pringles advert used to be, once you pop, you can't stop. And it's true, because you have one and that would be fine. That wouldn't ruin your diet. And then you have another and another. And then before you know it, you're trying to fit your fat hand at the bottom of the Pringles thing. And then you end up just pouring them all out over yourself, making a mess. And you've gone through the entire pack, ruined your diet for the week, and then you feel like shit. So keeping it out of the house or not having it around as much is a massive, massive help. All right, last one, number 9. So keeping busy, especially when you get hungry. Something that helped me massively when I was getting as lean as I could, when I start getting hungry and I'm about the house, I would get a bottle of water and an apple and I'd go for a walk around the field in front of my house. I would eat the apple, drink the water. So I'm filling my stomach up a little bit with high volume, low calorie foods and water. So I'm taking steps 1 and 6, putting them together and getting the best out of it. And then the other thing is, I might not actually be hungry. It's just boredom eating. So I'm sitting around the house, watching Vikings, whatever. I'm not actually hungry. I just feel like I should have something salty in my mouth. Fuck's sake. You know what I mean? You just eat because you feel like eating and you're bored, not because you actually need it and you think, I am physically hungry. So, right, I hope that helps. That's 9 good reasons. That's 5. That's 9. That's 9 good reasons to stay on point with your diet. Cheers.